I'm bored. Let's see what kind of bigotry we can get into today. All right, bored fam, we got some side-scroller stuff to look at. This video is titled Gay Fatigue is Real and It's Backfiring Hard. So let's see what they have to say about gay fatigue. I'm sure it's going to be something really dumb, but let's go ahead and see what Craig and the rest of the idiots over at SideScrollers podcast has to say in order to drum up some views for their channel, which is failing really hard. Let's go.
We've been trying to warn them for so long, but they
Warn?
just wouldn't listen.
Warn? Who the fuck are you warning? Who is they? This is the shit I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Immediately at the beginning of this video, he throws in some brain rot stuff, warning queer people or gay people that something really bad is going to happen if we don't capitulate and listen to everything they say. Immediately, we start out the video with some dumb shit. Who is they? Why do you keep insisting that we are not part of humanity? Why is it always like everyone else telling us what we have to do? This is crazy. Already, I'm heated. We haven't even started getting into the video, really.
We've talked a lot about the insanity that has gone on in the world. We've all seen it. There's been exhaustion
Insanity?
from all this. Specifically, and we're going to tie this in to a...
By the way, I want to point out things like black fatigue and gay fatigue, they are being appropriated by this community. Because they can't create anything of their own. They can't do it. So they have to appropriate things from other groups. Black fatigue, gay fatigue, it is people in those communities fatigued from being treated the way they are. From gay people being treated the way we are. Black people being treated the way they are, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When these guys decide that, or anything that we have that's part of our community, when they decide that they just want to bash it or attack it, they just appropriate it and then apply their own definition to it. It's absolutely infuriating.
Larger cultural issue, but it ties into pop culture. Okay, so the new Star Trek was just released, and some people like it, some people don't.
By the way, there's almost nothing gay in the new Star Trek show. There's almost nothing. Like, by the time they recorded this, I'm assuming it was just the first 2 episodes. We'll see if they get there. But if we're talking about the first 2 episodes, I don't think there was anything in there. But we'll see. We'll see where they get.
But it is filled with, some would say, DEI, wokeness, gayness, whatever, right?
What is gay about the first 2? Because again, this probably would have been recorded right after the first 2 episodes premiered. What is gay? What is woke about the show? What does DEI look like in a show like Star Trek? What does that look like? Do you mean if I go back and I look at previous iterations of Star Trek, there's going to be like all white people, all white men? Of course not. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. So why is it that now a cast of diverse people is a problem, but when it happened 30, 40 years ago, there was no issue with it? It's like painting a target on yourself. All of a sudden, these guys are victims and targets of something that they have made themselves a victim of.
And there's a clip of a couple of the actors that revealed that they are, in fact, a lesbian couple.
Okay, so yeah, this would have been before the 3rd episode. So this is them just going on whatever they had read or heard at this point. Which, by the way, if you have seen the episode by now, there is a moment where they confirm they're together, but it's like 10 seconds, maybe 30 seconds of the episode.
In the upcoming series, right? Hey, representation, am I right? Right?
Which, by the way, what's wrong with the lesbian couple being in a show where everyone else is straight? What's the issue with that? What's the problem with that? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying. It is a ridiculous standard. It's absolutely ridiculous. We can't even have one couple in a show with like 20 cast members who are all straight, but the 2 cast members who happen to be lesbians in a relationship, that's a fucking problem. The reality is they don't want gay people in anything. It doesn't matter how if it's a show that is popular enough for them to grift off of, if it's a show popular enough for them to make slop outrage content on, they're gonna do it and they're gonna attack queer people. That's just the reality of it. Queer person exists in popular media, immediately attack dogs. Immediately. These guys are chomping at the bit to do this.
There we go. So let's start with a little bit of preface here. This is them talking about them being lesbians.
Yeah, it's a dream.
And that you can yell at people.
And I can yell at people.
It's 2026 and y'all are still acting like you're afraid of gay people. Please show me, give me some sort of like study or chart or something that show that gay people have a detrimental effect on society. Show me. Show me where there's an issue with queer people existing in movies and TV shows. Give me something to look at, because all of this I feel is not fact-based. There is no justification for their bigotry. When people ask me, Eric, would you go on and talk to these people? Would you have conversations with them? On what? So first I would have to justify my existence and other queer people's existence in the world as not being a net negative, and jump through a bunch of hoops over history and studies to even get to this conversation, to even reach this conversation. The standard is impossibly difficult.
That's what I do anyway. It's awesome.
She yells at me on and off camera.
Yeah.
For me personally, playing.
Look down here. The lady here is crashing the fuck out. She's already looking like she's cringing. Don't watch it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. I don't know how many times I have to say this. No one is forcing you to watch anything. You are choosing to do it. This is why I say they're painting targets on themselves. I don't like car racing. I don't like NASCAR. I don't sit around getting mad about things that are going on in NASCAR because I don't want to watch it. And I'm not interested in it. So whether NASCAR was all black guys, white guys, all women, trans people, gay people, whatever it is, I wouldn't care because I have no interest in it. So this performative outrage that they have about a show that they presumably don't even care about is absolutely bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers.
Jet, it's really interesting because I was single through Discovery. It's been really interesting to incorporate a relationship because we are romantically involved on the show. And I was talking to Gina about this earlier, that I didn't think our dynamic made sense at first because I thought I would be the more dominant personality in a relationship. And honestly, when I watched it with my real wife, she was like, I love this dynamic.
Yeah.
So I want to point out before they even say anything, because fuck them, full stop, fuck all of them. If this were a straight couple having this conversation, they would have no issue with it whatsoever. And that is why it's homophobic. People ask me, can you give a better example of why you call out homophobia? I'm calling this out because their reaction to this relationship isn't an issue with whether or not they get along. It isn't whether or not they think they're going to have fun on the show or anything that revolves around critiquing the relationship as a relationship. They are critiquing this because it is a gay relationship, and therefore it is textbook homophobia. Okay, that is my explanation. So people in the comments, oh, you call everybody homophobic and you don't give any examples. The example is their entire issue with this relationship is because it's a gay relationship. Therefore, it's homophobia. That's what I'm saying.
It's a dream.
Okay. So they're gay.
It's also fucking gay, yeah.
Right. We get it.
All.
We get it. Right. We've known it. We've known it forever.
Congrats.
Right? You're gay. Awesome. Like, legitimately nobody cares.
But you do. You're making a 16-minute video, fam. 16 minutes here you're dedicating to telling people you don't care if they're gay. Here's the reality, just like with a lot of the dumb shit that happens with these guys on their channels. If you didn't actually care about it, you wouldn't be talking about it. That is the reality. If you didn't care, you wouldn't have a long fucking conversation with 4 other people, 5 people together, 4 other people with you. I wouldn't sit at a table with 4 other people and go, you know what? I don't care about NASCAR, but let's talk about it for 16 minutes. They must think that their viewers are really fucking stupid. And maybe all are. Maybe all of the people that watch this channel are fucking stupid. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm giving you too much credit. Maybe I think that you're less of a hive mind and you're more of an individual person who can function without these people telling you what you're supposed to think and feel. Maybe that's on me for giving you too much credit. Maybe that's what's happening. But here's what I'm saying. These guys that say no one cares about it, no one feels this way, that way, they're absolutely lying. And if they're not lying, then they're admitting that they're grifting on it. You understand? Does that make it crystal clear? Let's see what other bigoted shit they have to say.
Right. But one thing that we've seen here as this representation has been put in all of this media.
I don't see anywhere in that interview where they were talking about how great it was for representation, for visibility, to show that gay people exist. They were talking about their relationship in a very casual way on the show, without any sort of quote unquote virtue signaling whatsoever. There was none in that clip. In that clip, it was just 2 people talking about their relationship. Your issue with that clip is that they are gay. That is your issue. There's none of the normal shit that you guys would say is going on. Literally, this is scraping the bottom of the barrel. And I've said this for a while, that these guys are going to get to the point where they're just going to have to complain about the most casual, non-offensive stuff they possibly can. And that's where we are. That's where we are with them. Is they have to scrape the bottom of the barrel to get mad because gay people are just existing on a TV show. How about you pull up the interviews with the other cast members talking about straight relationships and complain about that? How about you do that? How about you critique that? Oh no, you can't do that because that would be unbiased. That would be you actually applying criticism to the relationship and not the sexuality of the people. But since you just want to be bigots on Maine, I guess that's what we get.
Yeah, your favorite franchises, your Star Trek now.
Star Trek as a franchise doesn't require you to love everything about it. This is another fucking goalpost with these guys. There are lots of TV shows and movies that have spinoffs that I don't care about and I don't watch, and I just focus on the ones that I like. There's a Star Trek show for children, like babies, that I don't watch. There's Star Trek cartoons from fucking the 70s, 60s, and 70s that I don't watch. And guess what? Things move on. There's people who watched Star Trek back in the day that didn't watch like Deep Space Nine. They watched Next Generation. They watched Voyager. They didn't watch Deep Space Nine. They didn't watch Enterprise. It's fine. Being a fan of something doesn't mean you have to watch every single thing that comes out. Again, it's a metric and a standard they're creating to build the outrage.
Is out there is we've seen people like push
you weren't going to watch the show anyway.
I have gay fatigue, right? That is something that has been a thing, and it's a lot of it stems from this movement that we've seen over the last decade.
The movement, gay people existing and stuff. That's the movement. Just say you're a bigot and be done with it. Be like, I'm a homophobic dude. Just be straight up. You might as well. I mean, at this point now, we're seeing it. The trans thing isn't popping anymore. They've tried to like grift off of anti-trans stuff. They've moved on from that. They're like, let's go for an oldie but a goodie and just do homophobia. Let's do that.
Where it went from gay, right, to LGB to LGBTQ.
Oh my God. The ignorance of watching these straight bigots try and understand the queer community. Like if you truly saw us as much as you say you do, you would understand this stuff a little bit better. But the hatred you have is so fucking thick, it's so clogged up in your arteries that you don't even understand the community that you're attacking.
And the plus, and we've seen over the last year or so, the LGB saying, yo, dog, I'm done with this TQ stuff.
No, that's bullshit. These organizations that don't actually have queer people running them coming along saying, just cut the T off. We're done with it. Cut the T off. No, like The vast majority of queer people of the LGBTQIA plus actually support our trans brothers and sisters and non-binary family members. We actually support them. So do not speak for our community.
Over here, right?
Some quick context. Like, so back, like, especially in the 90s, Craig, and I'm sure you could talk about this. Like, one of the things that that community really wanted was to assimilate. They just wanted, like, the whole idea was, we just kind of want to be left alone. We just want the equal rights. And
don't talk for us. Stop talking for us. You don't know what we wanted. We did not want to assimilate. This isn't the fucking Borg. Okay? We want to retain our identity, but be treated equally like everyone else. This concept of assimilation is some straight people fanfic about the gay community. It doesn't exist. It's not real. We just wanted to be treated equally. We do not want to live in your heteronormative world. Assimilation would mean lack of gay identity. And unfortunately for you, the vast majority of gay people, we happen to like being gay. It is part of who we are. We happen to like that. So we wouldn't strip away our gay identity so we could fit in with you guys out here being bigots.
Like, just to be like everybody else. Like, that was the deal. And and many others were like, yeah, we're all for that. Let's help you get that. And now what you're seeing is the complete opposite. Is now you need to assimilate to us, and we need to put it in your face in everything.
That is a complete and utter lie. It's either you're illiterate or you're just bold-faced lying. Nowhere in that clip or in any media where gay people exist are we telling you that you have to be gay or you have to be trans. No one is doing that. If you feel pressured to be gay after you see gay people in a TV show, I got news for you. That means you're questioning your own sexuality. It has nothing to do with what we are doing. As a gay person our community makes up about, at the top end, about 5% of the country and like 16% in the world. The reality is we get to, in our faces, we get to see, whether we want to or not, heterosexuality shoved down our throats. Literally, there's conversion therapy, literal therapy, torture that is used to try and convert gay people and trans people to straight people, to cisgender people. There's nothing like that. There's no equivalent to that on the other side. And you keep acting like there is, but there's not. There's no equivalent to that. So when you act like we're trying to push you or force you into something that is literally you and your fragile sexuality or your fragile gender screaming in the closet that maybe you aren't as straight or cisgender as you think you are. And instead of trying to unpack that and maybe understand what that means, it's our fault. It's our fault. I can't help it if you go to a drag show and you find the men in drag hot. That's not on us. That's a you problem.
So it's a polar opposite now. So that fatigue makes a lot of sense.
I think everybody here has felt this a little bit, right? Just the overwhelming, whether it's been rainbows or walking into Target.
Oh, I'm sorry. My existence makes you so tired. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I have straight fatigue then. I have straight fatigue. Oh my God. Every time I turn on a movie, it's just straight people, straight people, straight people. Every time I turn on a TV show, it's some guy kissing a girl and I can't take it. I'm so fatigued. Y'all are soft as fuck. Literally soft as fuck.
Right. So this has been something that has been building over the last little bit, and it will ultimately backfire on people. And we're starting to see data on this. Which
are you going to pull up that article from Pink News where they talked about men under the age of 24 are slightly leaning more towards anti-gay stuff? The 6-point spread or something? You're going to pull that up? Are you actually going to read it, or are you just going to pull up the headline? I'm curious if that's what you're going to use. I haven't watched this video, so I don't know, but it seems to be making its rounds. So let's see where they go with this.
Sucks that this movement has been co-opted by another movement and ultimately causing, whether it's been the idea of, well, we need to have representation in this series, or we need to have this. And oftentimes that representation isn't even close to what real life looks like.
That's still not the fault of the communities. So instead of getting mad at the places that do this and saying, oh, we're not going to harass gay actors or trans actors or gay people or trans people. We're not going to harass them because they're just out there living their lives. We're going to go after the system that we think is a problem and is tokenizing them and abusing them. We're going to fight for them to make sure that things are better for them, and it's not this situation we're in right now, according to you guys. But that's not what you're doing. Instead, it's our fault. It is the 5% of the population in the United States that have caused you guys to become so fucking tired of seeing everything that has gay people in it. It's so disingenuous. You don't give a fuck about us. You don't give a fuck about trans people. You don't give a fuck about anybody. You are grifting. You guys are grifters making money off of outrage. And this stuff has permeated culture, and you feel emboldened because right now you have some politicians in the top end who are trying to do things that you think are going to be helpful for you to make more money off of this. But the reality is we see that there's a diminishing return on this anti-culture shit when it comes to gay and trans people. My state of Virginia, they had a MAGA woman running for governor on a primarily anti-trans, anti-gay platform, and she was beat the fuck out. She was beat the fuck out on it. And we're seeing that across the country. The what is it? The Moms for Liberty, whatever the hell that fucking organization is that's trying to go to the schools and they're anti-trans and anti-gay. All of it is losing. It's all losing. These are material changes we're seeing. You guys are not on the winning side of this. You're not on the winning side of this. I don't know how brain rot do you have to be to think that somehow you are in the good position on this, that you're in the right position, that you want to see gay people and trans people pushed out of the spotlight. Matter of fact, you don't even care about trans people because here you're talking about how all the LGB wants to get rid of the T. So you don't even care about trans people. You've already decided that they don't exist to you, that you're okay with them just going away. And now you're trying to do it to gay people. That's what's going on.
Right. You may have 25% of the cast may be gay, right? In reality, we know that like
there's not there's 2 people on a cast of like 20 people. I don't know about you, but the math ain't mathin'. It's a total chop, bro. Use a calculator. 2 people on the cast are gay out of like, again, 20 or 30 people that are on the show that we've seen so far. But keep on pushing the outrage because it's what you think works for your channel, your dying fucking channel that is just fucking looking for crumbs anywhere you can find it.
That's not reality. By it, you walk around, 1/4 of the people in society are not that. So
but why do do you want check boxes? Is that what you're arguing for, Craig? Now, listen up, fam. Now he wants check boxes. Now he wants to go through and make sure that every TV show and movie has a percentage that represents the percentage of society. Again, supposedly we had check boxes. Supposedly gay people and trans people and woke people, we had check boxes. But I guess if there's a little bit more of a certain demographic represented, that's not reality. We got to go through and make sure the percentage on the show directly matches the percentage we have in the world. What fucking sense does that make on a TV show about a spaceship thousands of years in the future? Make it make sense.
Shows overrepresent here. So I saw this post and I was like, this was interesting to me.
So RuPaul's Drag Race is a show made by queer people for queer people primarily. Of course, straight people that want to watch it can watch it. It's a TV show, but the demographic it's made for is specifically gay people. It's 100% gay. So where's the demographics in that? And what about the shows that have no gay people? Where's that 5%? Where's that 5% of gay people? You got to have 5% of gay people in every show. God, it's so fucking ignorant.
I'll read this as best I can. Fellow homosexuals.
Oh my God.
Can
we have that as an intro?
It's an anecdotal situation. Let's see what this anecdotal, non-confirmed, actual real gay person has to say about gay people.
How do you do, fellow homosexuals?
That's how we start all our meetings behind the scenes every time.
I can't believe that this is his proof. This can't be it. It's a 16-minute video. This cannot be it. I mean, this is a joke, right? Oh my God, I had to look this up. It's a fucking, it looks like some kind of a MAGA gay person. Like a pick-me channel. Fuck. Of course it is. Of course it is. They're using a pick-me channel in this argument. Okay, let's get back over to this.
It's literally how every meeting starts. I call to order all. Hello, fellow homosexuals. Fellow homosexuals, gay fatigue is real and building fast. The bubble is going to pop. In fact, it's popping now. People are fed up. Normal America.
Normal. No, you guys know how I feel about that word. When you use the word normal, you are suggesting that people who are not aligned with you are abnormal. It's a fucked up word. It is dehumanizing. If you want me to even consider your point of view, you would use the word typical and atypical because it is a non-dehumanizing phrase if you use typical and atypical to describe something. Normal suggests abnormality and othering. And people that use this word know exactly what they're saying when they say it. The minute you use this to describe yourself as a group that is that has ideals that are different from somebody else, I tune the fuck out. Like, I immediately know what you're doing.
America has no time for this. We stopped being cute a long time ago. Now, once again,
look at the clapping.
Oh,
yeah.
And they see it. You get the responses. I'm gay and I have fatigue.
I love
like,
this.
I
love going through Twitter and pretending like people on Twitter that are responding to this are confirmed accounts. Even though I did look up to make sure that this MAGA gay fucking podcast was real, there's no proof that the vast majority of people that respond on Twitter are real people. Matter of fact, most of them, we know Twitter is like 60 to 70% bots anyway.
Homophobic. I can only imagine how normal straight people feel.
Normal. Again, the word normal. I see what you're doing there.
Right? The fact that gets me in this pitch they repeatedly make. Here's a fat, unattractive lesbian who you're required to love and adore because she's a fat, unattractive lesbian. And mind you, I'm using the term unattractive broadly to cover more than just the looks, right?
It doesn't matter. It's offensive. And then look at the response. Nobody wants that except for fat rejects. Bro, I see why they use this tweet to justify it. Because it's just as fucking awful and offensive and disrespectful as every fucking person on this panel.
Like, who specifically looks like that? Nobody except fat rejects, right?
Oh, it's so funny.
But this is something that, I mean, I have felt this. I have seen this.
I don't care.
I know. And
look, I want to make this very clear. Okay, pay attention to me, anybody that's watching this video. I don't give a fuck if you are tired of gay people existing and stuff. I don't give a fuck if you hate seeing femme gays, fat lesbians, whatever it is that you think in your mind matters. It doesn't. I don't give a fuck. And actually, a vast majority of the gay community, except for the pick-me's and the fucking idiots that think that they're going to be part of your little club or whatever, the vast majority of them don't give a fuck what you think of us. We're not going anywhere, and it doesn't matter if it's trendy or not trendy. We are not going anywhere. I'm going to give you a couple more minutes in this video to see if you have anything of substance to say, because I usually like to go up to the halfway mark before I make my mind up. So I'm going to give you a couple more minutes, but so far I'm not impressed. So you've used a pick me gay to try and justify it. Use some random anecdotal comments on Twitter from people. You've talked about your own personal feelings. This dude in the middle with the 1999 called they want their fucking jacket back. This dude in the middle has tried to speak for gay people from the 90s. He's tried to speak for us. So unless you got something more, this is all just bigotry that you have it wrapped up in some term that you've actually taken from the gay community.
As you said, Phoenix, for the longest time.
Phoenix?
It was like, cool, man. You're gay.
His name is Phoenix? Okay.
Okay, whatever. You know, like nobody cared. And, you know, we always go back in time. We say, like,
I want to make this very clear. I don't care if you do care. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm a human being that exists in the world with you. You don't have to like me. You don't have to support me. You don't even have to fucking watch anything that I watch or get into the media that I'm into. We exist. Fucking deal with it. That's it, bro. If you got to go talk to your doctor, get therapy or whatever, go do that. We're not going anywhere.
Like we talk about with the Stranger Things thing, where if that scene was actually done in the 80s, people have been like, I can't even look at you because I'm going to be gay, you know.
So in other words, you're admitting here that homophobia existed in the 80s, and here you are expressing homophobia about a scene from 2025 that is supposed to show that we could have a better world if people love and support the person that is coming out. So your issue with it is they didn't beat him up and he didn't get gay bashed. So it's not that he came out, it's that they didn't gay bash him. That's your problem with it. You have a fucking issue, man. You need seek therapy. Okay, I'm being generous here. If you have an emotional issue with gay people, yes, seek therapy. But I actually I don't know if I believe that or not. Full stop. I think you're just doing it for the money. I could be wrong.
Like there was this stigma in the 80s because the AIDS pandemic and HIV and all that stuff, right?
What does that have to do with Stranger Things? He was a teenager. Was he out there having promiscuous sex with a bunch of people? Was that his character in the show? No. So why are you bringing that up? Did they even bring up AIDS and HIV in Stranger Things? No.
And, people would have freaked out totally different instead of the 2025 version of Stranger Things, which is, oh, I love you.
Oh, so yeah, you wanted him to get gay bashed. Whatever. You wanted him to get beat the fuck up. That's what it is. That's what it is. You wanted his friends to reject him, and you wanted him to get gay bashed. That's the insinuation here. I don't know any other way to take it, right? I don't know. I have no idea how you want me to take it other than that him being loved by his friends is not real. So in a show where it's completely fantasy and they're going to upside down worlds and fighting demons and there's all kinds of creatures infecting their minds and there's demigorgons and all this stuff. In that show, the one thing that you find it hard to believe is that the gay guy comes out and his friends accept him and he doesn't get gay bashed. That says a lot more about you than it does about me or anybody in the gay community, to be quite honest.
Right. In reality, they would have freaked out.
It's a good thing it wasn't. It's a good thing it wasn't a documentary about reality. It's a good thing that wasn't the situation. Because oh man, that would have been crazy, right? If Stranger Things was a documentary.
We talked about that. But we've seen this pushback now, and there is a new study here.
Here it goes.
Specifically when it comes to men, and this is courtesy of, once again, consider the source. This is like Pink News here.
Right. So again, you have an issue with a outlet made specifically for gay people, providing gay people with an article that has a study that's done. The homophobia is just fucking on full display. The rolling of the eyes, the condescending tone on that. So what are you insinuating? Are you insinuating that now the news outlet made specifically for my community is somehow providing us with fake information? Is that what you're insinuating? It's all through this fucking video.
And they say men under 24 are returning to homophobic views of past.
So you're looking, this is the Cabrutus tweet that we talked about the other day. You're going to look at this clip and you're not going to read the article. You're not going to read the article. It is a tiny percentage shift that we're seeing that is arguably, it's such a small amount that we could possibly move away from it. But he's not going to read the article. He's going to read what Cabrutus said. So you're piggybacking off of an idiot. I'm going to let him do this. But once he's done with this and has to say about it, we're going to wrap the video up. I can't, fam. I can't.
Generations. Study suggests.
Shocking.
Based. Let's go.
Based.
Men.
Holy shit. Y'all are fucking crazy. Cuckoo crazy bigots.
Born in 2000s are far more likely to hold conservative views on LGBTQ rights compared to previous generations and women of the same age, a study has suggested. Now, I first would love to hear y'all's thoughts before we get to...
Why don't you look at the fucking study? Headline reading is so fucking annoying to me. Not only are you being bigots and homophobes in a video and piggybacking off of a bigoted tweet from an idiot, but you're not even reading the article with the information in it. This is the epitome of fucking bad faith. It's the epitome of being illiterate. And everybody on this panel is being complicit to it. No one said, hey, why don't we click on the article? Or what does the actual study say? Nowhere in there. I'm going to just jump through here and see if he actually pulls the study up. Does he pull it up at any point? No. So there's nothing of value in this video. Essentially what's happening here is SideScrollers podcast. We've already talked about this. The channel isn't doing well. The video views are not popping off. Matter of fact, let's take a quick look and just see what their channel looks like. All right, so this is a channel with 138,000 subscribers, which is pretty solid, right? 4K views on a Dylan Mulvaney video. So we're going back to the greatest hits, fam. The greatest hits. They're like Dylan Mulvaney and Budweiser was printing money for these guys a few years ago. And now we get 4K views in 11 hours. 4K views. Oh, there we go. A 16, we finally hit a double digit video. 14K views. Look, so the anti-gay stuff, this is what I told you guys. They're trying to push this. This is what they're doing. They're trying to push this as hard as they can because now they've realized we can't just go after trans people. We have to also go after gay people because we just need to make everybody's life miserable. 28,000 views on this. One of their best videos. So I suspect we're going to see more homophobic videos from these guys. But this channel is a fucking failure. It's a fucking failure. We'll do another wellness check on them at some point. I think I did one a couple months ago, but we'll wait a few months and then we'll do another wellness check. But the channel isn't doing good. It's not having a good time. They're very desperate and it's very clear. So for me, this is an absolute chop. Gay fatigue. Are you fucking kidding me?